saw him first of all when I came into the job. He was down at Yeovil on loan, and I think there's no question that he's improved since then.
Martin, how many of the squad and the team, the 23, do you feel like you know already?
I have a fair idea, but I mean, I was asked this question yesterday, and we're all guessing about the number of players that might be available or might feel as if they've got a chance, or that there are positions up for grabs. There definitely are. Also, you have to take into consideration the next 6-7 weeks that some of the major players that have been great might fall foul of injury. So the players here should take this opportunity, late and all as it may be, to feel as if that they've got a chance.
Just in terms of the next two games with those players that are fighting for places, are you going to maybe prioritise someone that's going to fit into your system easily, or someone that might make an immediate impact in the game that you're chasing, or do they go hand in hand?
Yeah, I think they'd go hand in hand. I think the latter might be the one now. I think if somebody comes in and does really well, it makes me think that could he be used, even if he hasn't got that fantastic experience. There's no. Listen, let's be fair about it. The players who are coming in late here have a bit to do, I must admit. Just in this stage here to go and cement something, everything would probably have to go pretty well for them, individually. But it's not impossible, and it's happened before, and that's why I'd like to open the door for them to feel as if that they've got a chance, and if they haven't, like for the instance in one or two of them, let's say they didn't make it, that they know that they're right maybe for the World Cup campaign coming up almost immediately, when one or two of the lads will be one or two of the senior players, not including John in this here, will be finishing.
John, sorry, could I just ask John?
Or perhaps including John.
With all the matches you play, are you a guy who swaps jerseys and has a collection of jerseys with other players at home for internationals?
I wouldn't be too bothered about it as such. If someone asked for my shirt or not asked for my shirt. When I was a little bit younger, I grabbed a couple of shirts, but nothing too major.
Yeah, there's no player that stands out that you have the jersey at home. You're quite happy.
I have one or two good ones, but sure.
Can you remember them? Give us a name.
No. They'll stay in Water. They'll stay in County Waterford.
If we can just take you back to that conversation about Shane Duffy and ask about Jack Byrne. You went out on loan to Royal Antwerp.
Yeah.
I think a dozen games maybe. Can't quite remember. Is there any correlation between playing in say the Belgian league and the Dutch league? I would have thought that Jack Byrne has played 3 matches each against say Ajax, PSV, whatever. You would have played against Anderlecht maybe.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Is there any correlation between his playing the highest level matches at a young age and possibly getting into Martin's mind?
Well, hopefully, because that's obviously what he's going on loan for, to get that obviously that edgier football compared to under 19, under 21s that he would have been getting at Manchester City. By all accounts, I've only actually seen one of his games. It was on live. I was able to catch a bit of it, and obviously I've seen him close hand this week, and you see how obviously talented he is. But I think it's been. Eventually, he'll realise maybe towards the end of the season how much more he's developed because of the competitive games that he's been playing in, and as you said, against some very good teams in opposition. And by all accounts, he's took the eye in matches as well when he's played, say for example, Feyenoord or Ajax. So it can only be good for him. But obviously, when he goes back to Manchester City in the summer, it's another ball game there.
Any pollen?
Martin, I just ask you, is there anybody who's ruled out of this game or choose this game because of injury, first of all? And secondly, will you start any player in both games to give them that little bit extra push?
Yeah, that's a possibility. But your first question is that Robbie won't be available for tomorrow night, and neither will Pilkington. So they're not. Robbie Abbas, I think that he's just taking a wee bit more time to get over the the knee injury. I think he thought himself he'd be okay, but it hasn't responded well enough at the moment. So we'll have a look at him again on Saturday morning, see how he is.
John, just as would you give a player, one of the younger players, to speak for the newer players, starting both games to give them an extra chance?
Well, yeah. Let's say somebody starts on tomorrow night, for instance, and does really well, plays for let's say an hour or something, but has really impressed. I don't see that I should exclude him immediately from starting on Tuesday night. That said, there's still some other players then who might not get some game time on Tuesday night, or sorry, tomorrow night, that I would want to have for Tuesday. So I wouldn't exclude it, you know. But if he's made an impression after an hour, maybe he might not want to spoil it. You know?
Yeah, Paul.
John, 4 years ago, sort of around this time, corresponding February, March, sort of friendly fixtures would have contributed to, I think we were about 14 games unbeaten going to Poland, so a good feel-good factor. And on the back of qualification and the Germany win, you know, there's that sort of same sort of feel-good factor going to France. But how do you, when you look back on 2012, how do you assess what sort of went on, what happened?
I did my best to trying to keep erasing it from my memory, but you can't. People keep bringing it up. No, look, obviously preparation is very important for it, but it's a different time, different group of players, different management. Everything's different, you know. So, but ultimately, it's about fingers crossed. The manager has a fully fit squad to pick a squad from, and if we can have that, hopefully it'll be a different set of results, that's for sure.
But was the finals itself, was that a big regret for you then?
Well, I was hardly delighted with it. But it's obviously we wanted to get out of the group, and we didn't. So that's the main thing we'll be looking to do this time around.
John?
Three more questions, Marie.
Mindset.
Aidan, excuse me, Marie.
Just wondering, have you plans to sit down as a squad trying to watch the 21s game?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're heading there. I think it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, so we'll be, isn't it? 6?
Yeah.
6 o'clock. Yeah, so there'll be a few of us heading down to watch the game, and young Byrne will be playing in that match, you know. So see how he gets on.
Did you any words of advice for him before it?
Don't be so cocky.
John, just as a senior player, what do you think would be the mindset of the younger players? A lot of players could make their debuts here, and somebody who was on the scene but didn't quite make his squad in 02, we've seen James McLean come in 2012. What have you seen of them, and what's their thinking this week, do you think?
Well, as the manager spoke about, hopefully taking an opportunity to shine, and if they do shine, hopefully to get another chance on Tuesday, and to give the manager tough decisions to make. That's the whole idea. But ultimately, to making sure, as the manager said, if they're not picked for the tournament in the summer, that they're at the front of the queue to be ready to go come September time. So that's the key thing. So they're putting, as the manager said, they're opening up his mind to be ready to go when called upon, and they've shown this week that they're definitely, because you can see the experience they're gaining at their clubs is benefiting them greatly.
Is it different as well because a lot of them are later in their careers? Johnny Hayes is 27, that they're not 19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly, and that's definitely key to it. You can see they're hardened professionals almost, as a few of them, so they'll definitely be ready.
Mark, the game tomorrow on a Good Friday, it's not usual to have a game on a Friday anyway, but on a Good Friday, because in this country, the pubs are closed. I'm just wondering how many people will be coming along to the match and be drinking, and will you want them to stay watching the game or stay in the bar?
Well, what do you think? What do you think? I think I'd like them to watch the game, if it's at all possible. Those who are interested. Do you mean, are you saying that there are people who will be coming here because this is the only place that they can get a drink?
There's one of the few.
Is that right? I was wondering why my family wanted to come to the game.
And also the fact that there's only 3 or possibly 4 games left. Will you be hoping that you do get a good crowd, because it'll be a part of the send-off?
I think that it's whatever crowd turns up, I'm never disappointed with the crowd here. We've had full houses in big matches here, really, in Germany. You go right back to Scotland, you go to England the week before that there. And it's a lot of money to come and support the nation. It's a lot of money to support football in general. And so I'm never disappointed with the crowds. Anybody, and I think that 2 games in relatively quick succession over an Easter period, I think that's tough. I think it's a tough ask for people. Really is tough. So any crowds that we get, I'm absolutely delighted, because people, maybe those who might want to save up to go to France, you know, might think, well, no, I'll maybe miss out this. At the end of it all, and please, John might not be too happy for me saying this, but it's a friendly game at the end. They're friendly matches. We're doing a bit of experimentation, and we have sold, I think Ian will say, we have sold quite a number of tickets. It's really surprised me, I must admit, the number of people that we have for the 2 games. And if they're coming and fancying a wee quick sneaky pint, good luck to them. You know, well done. I may join them at half time.
In Turner's Cross as well, the game in Cork,
Mhm.
after you've chosen your squad. You played in Thomond Park not so long ago, in fact, but to have a game in a regional venue, it offers people an opportunity from outside.
I think that'd be really good. I genuinely think it'd be really good. You know, just to spread it around a bit. Absolutely. And if you tell me that you think if we did that, had the game, and there would be a full house there, you know, 8,000 or 9,000 people coming for the last opportunity, maybe just to have a look at the team, or whatever team we have at the time, I think that'd be great. If no one turns up, that's honestly, I wouldn't blame anybody.
Okay, last 2 questions here and here. Thank you.
Sean, just ask this time, when you've met up for the last 3 or 4 seasons, this time Sunderland being a real old scrap, you are again this time. Can that almost send you into the summer battle-hardened, even more battle-hardened than you would have been ordinarily?
Not particularly, no, because look, the Premier League is a very strong league as it is, and you're obviously at the end of a season like that, you're going to be, well, fingers crossed, you're obviously fully fit, you've played the games, and you're ready to what you've worked for through the group stages. This is all those games that you've battled through to get to the stage of the finals in France. So it's the thing that you're looking forward to most, almost. So it's something that you're keeping in the back of your mind. Ultimately, you get your club business sorted, done and dusted, and then you look forward to international football.
Neil.
Martin, is Anthony Billington just tomorrow, or is it both games?
I think he's just out of tomorrow. I think he's out of tomorrow, yeah. And
Presumably his ongoing issues we've spoken with him before, that maybe it does make it difficult for him to...
yeah, strangely enough, yeah. I think that the particular injury for one of, that he's picked up is actually nothing to do with his rehabilitation. That's so he feels as if he's going to be all right. On a general note, yeah, that you know, those sort of things do present problems.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a real surprise, Philip, that you're the last man to answer the question. It's extraordinary. We had a bet on it. John and I had a bet on it. Honestly. And I've won. By a distance. By a distance. John gave me 8 to 11. Unbelievable.
He took it.
Oh, took it by a mile. Honestly. Won by a distance.
Sweden are playing tonight, and
Yeah.
so are Belgium. Have you somebody there?
Mhm.
And B, will you look at DVDs?
Of course, absolutely.
Like over this weekend or closer to the finals?
No, it'll be closer to the finals in the games, you know, absolutely. With anything now, Sweden have representatives here watching us tomorrow night and Tuesday night, and so have Italy, and so have Belgium. So honestly, it's just, you would expect that we would have that, absolutely. And anything that they would be covering from here on in, but not just that. Obviously, the qualification games, because people again would try some things in the friendly matches that might not be what they're looking to do during the course of the 3 games coming up. So, you know, I think that in terms of preparation, I think John would hopefully would reiterate that's something that we would certainly do. And we would have the time, obviously, when he finishes on Tuesday, John goes back, gets totally engrossed in club level, club football now, battles on, take that there. But when we come back again, that's what we will be doing. We will be DVD'd and videoed out by the time that we meet them. And and honestly, if we get beaten by Sweden, it won't be because we don't know the players. That I promise you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. We'll give a presentation for tomorrow's match just shortly here.